Austraeoh by Imploding Colon, read by Deathlight. Chapter 66, Element. Explain this to me. One of the many escaped prisoners murmured across the tight corridor. The passage was dimly lit by the 4 unicorns spread throughout the slowly but firmly trotting group. If we're shut off from the only plausible escape route behind us, then what's the point moving forward? Because we have the ability to move forward, Austraeoh said flatly, his face strained with the effort he took to constantly cast his light spell. He was having a difficult time walking straight. His eyes were thin with exhaustion. Nonetheless, he kept speaking. Minotaurs aren't like diamond dogs, they dig with an express purpose. It's quite possible that there may be an avenue for escape for us along this lengthy corridor. And what if there isn't? It certainly promises a great deal more than anything we could have found digging into that debris behind us. Face it, attempting to return the way we came from would have invited a flash flood throughout the entire passageway. It's best that we keep moving and see what we may discover.
Is that an idea you came up with, or Miss Bucket and Run?
Another pony grumbled.
Hey!
Rainbow barked from where she led the group far ahead.
I'm not so bad at thinking, you know.
She shrugged.
I just tend to move my wings faster than my brain.
Give us some credit, Red Turnip said. On his back, Rockspot snoozed in a slump, exhausted from all the previous bedlam. If she didn't blaze in here and risk her life for us, we would still be in the Minotaur's clutches. I'm beginning to think that would be a better thing. Another pony grumbled. His voice was joined by a series of unenthusiastic but agreeable murmurs.
Okay, so this isn't exactly a pretty situation.
Rainbow spun around and trotted backwards, facing the 29 equines trotting directly after her.
But I promise you, I'm gonna get you guys home safely. I've been in worse straits, trust me, we're hardly screwed here.
The ponies merely exchanged nervous glances. In the meantime, Rainbow trotted sideways and trotted close to Austraeoh. She cleared her throat and whispered,
just how screwed are we here?
Austraeoh's horned in briefly as he leaned back towards her. None of us have been sent to labor down here, not even my unicorn cohorts. I'm judging that this is the deepest that the Minotaurs have ever dug. And it's obvious they didn't want their slaves to see what they were excavating.
What do you suppose that means?
Whatever they were searching for in these depths, they may very well have found it.
Is that where we're headed then? The treasure of the Minotaur's eye?
You could always scout ahead and take a look for yourself.
You're cool and all, Austraeoh, but I don't feel quite right leaving the entire group alone so soon.
Our enemies are sealed from us, he said, then shifted the leather belt on his shoulders for emphasis. What's more, you acquired the Chaos Strips, so we shouldn't have any monsters to contend with.
Still, I want to hang around you guys, just in case.
She murmured, staring ahead. Austraeoh gazed quietly at her. He looked at the pendant around her neck. Looking ahead once more, he spoke. So, where are the other 5? Rainbow nearly tripped over her own hooves.
The other 5 what now?
The elements of harmony, of course. Rainbow Dash gulped. She gazed at the walls of the place.
What would a Wintergate unicorn know about the elements of harmony?
Plenty. Magicians from all 4 corners of the world know the pendants of the sky gods by heart. If there was no harmony in this world, chaos would rule. If there was total chaos, there'd be no way for us to tap into magic. It's important for us to keep track of the 6 elements, you see.
Perhaps it's just an uncanny resemblance.
Then, perhaps, if it's so unremarkable an heirloom, you could remove it and relax your neck muscles for a bit. Rainbow Dash said nothing. Austraeoh focused and intensified the light on the tip of his horn. He cast a firm glow across the upcoming length of the tunnel. I don't pretend to know anything about you, Miss Dash, but I do know one thing. I'm glad to have lived through all this miserable imprisonment just to meet you. If we are the bearer of the element of loyalty on our side, then I'm certain that we are bound to make it out of this predicament safely. She was still silent. He raised an eyebrow and glanced sideways at her. After all, you could have very easily abandoned us, complete and total strangers, upon our first meeting.
I just want each and every one of you to get out safely.
She blurted. And why is that? She exhaled sharply.
Just 'cause.
There was a distant look in her eyes, almost glossy. She blinked and suddenly halted in her tracks. The other pony stared curiously. Red Turnip Sr. craned his neck to get a better look.
What is it? What do you see? A chamber.
Rainbow murmured.
A very large one.
She flapped her wings and soared towards the gaping mouth of a large interior within the earth.
You guys wait here, I'll be back in a jiffy.
Careful, Astral said after her. You don't know what could be ahead. Even a brave Pegasus should practice caution. He lingered in mid-speech, blinking. Rainbow had rubbed a hoof over the ruby lightning bolt of her pendant. A magical glow shone over the walls around her. She made for the large cavern like a glittering beacon. Astral blinked and his lips pursed open. Fascinating. What is it, Astral? A fellow unicorn remarked. I don't think she's the bearer of the element of loyalty after all. No? He slowly shook his head with a gentle smile. I think she's the element itself.